The Ultraversity, Part 4. Democratic Capitalism. Capital is not money. It is productive effort. Money can be used as a mechanism for accounting purposes to control the flow of capital, but is not identical with nor can it be substituted for capital. Contrary to the theory underlying present procedures, capital cannot be invested. It can only be expended. The economic structure affords no natural means by which capital can earn a return or by which it can be amortized. If the appearance of achieving earnings for or amortization of capital is attained, it indicates that wealth has been diverted from its normal course and tensions have been built up within the economic structure, which will inevitably lead to disastrous results. Money has been consistently confused with capital. An example of this is found in the handling of savings banks' deposits and insurance company accumulations as typical cases. Such savings are considered sources of capital and are used as such. They are invested in mortgages or bonds and the money used to buy capital goods. They draw upon the goods produced by the economic circuit to an extent measured by money spent and which represents an equivalent amount of productive effort. Such an expenditure of money for goods is a sound economic procedure. The money represented a certain amount of production, and it was used to absorb the same amount of production. The anti-stability factor is brought into the situation when the depositor withdraws his savings from the bank and uses it to buy goods. This is the same money that was used as capital to buy capital goods for some industry as a bank investment, and it is now being used for the purchase of consumer goods by the depositor. Each single dollar has made purchases to the amount of $2, but it carried only the productive content of $1. This is economic counterfeiting. This latter fundamental aspect of our methods of creating capital is concealed by the process of substituting one deposit for another in the continuing operations of financial institutions. Such operations result directly in raising prices by doubling the amount of money made available for purchasing a single unit volume of goods produced. It reduces the purchasing power of wages to an equivalent extent. The economic counterfeit money that is invested instead of being expended takes on the property of immortality. It claims the right to be amortized. It also claims the right to share in production in the form of interest or dividends. In order to pay such earnings of capital, part of the income from production which should be used for wages is diverted to this purpose, further reducing the purchasing power of wages and raising prices. Many financial processes less ethical than this economic counterfeiting have united with it to build up a vast structure of money, which is now causing fully justified fears that we are threatened with imminent catastrophic money and/or credit inflation. The crash is not likely to be delayed beyond 2 years, autumn 1939, and may be precipitated by an internal or international disturbance before that time. The only means available for preventing this crash is to change from our present style of capitalism based on economic counterfeiting to a scientifically sound system of democratic capitalism. Under this system, capital will be spent in exactly the same way as money is spent for all other kinds of goods. The ultimate purpose of the mechanisms of production is to supply goods or services to the entire community. The entire community, therefore, has a responsibility for maintaining these mechanisms of production for their own benefit and must supply the capital necessary for their creation and upkeep. This can be done by reserving a portion of the wages of each worker's income for this purpose. The necessary percentage of income needed for this purpose will be collected as part of the direct tax and will be expended to meet production requirements. By this method, production and purchasing power will always be kept in balance and prices will remain fixed, except insofar as increased productivity results in reduced prices.